second ago, Wraith Falling Bell can be really good, or some of the Omen turns as well, because you can just spend your FP, which you don't typically use a lot of anyway.
Okay, I need to like learn a skill.
More stuff. This is very good to have. The stronger your team is going to be, so absolutely make sure.
Okay.
In there and either buff your teammates or stand there and keep off the enemy for a few seconds, and you're gonna. Scholar is so good, in my opinion. Interesting skill.
Okay.
This video
Here we go.
so
Here we go.
Talk about Scholar's analyze skill, which is his character skill, and this is a very interesting skill. It's probably what makes Scholar.
I accidentally clicked the wrong button. That was my bad. Thank you. I hate that it had. I hate that it fully restarted. That's kind of annoying.
Which means that you're gonna stand there and either buff your teammates.
Okay. Okay. Wait. What is this? This is what I have to understand.
You'll be using this skill every single time it's off cooldown, which means that you're going to stand there and using this, in my opinion, interesting skill. It's analyze skill, which is his character skill, and this is a very interesting skill. It's probably what makes Scholar so good, in my opinion. And if you're playing Scholar correctly, in my estimation, you'll be using this skill every single time it's off cooldown, which means that you're going to stand there and either buff your teammates or stand there and debuff the enemy for a few seconds every time it's off cooldown, which is about every 10 seconds. So this isn't going to be a playstyle that everyone loves to do. If you're someone who wants to just run in and go ham melee or hang back and range spellcast, this is not the class for you, because you're going to be using this skill every time it's off cooldown. And in fact, if you can increase your character skill cooldown via relics or passive dormant powers, you absolutely should, because the more you can use this, the less damage bosses are going to do and the stronger your team is going to be. So absolutely make sure that you are using this skill regularly. So the way this skill works is that when you use the skill, you're going to have a reticle on your screen, and you're going to have these sort of circles that are over each enemy and a separate looking circle over your allies.
Okay.
And it's going to start filling up, and that the speed at which it fills up is not only determined by how far you are from the target, but from my understanding, it's also supposed to be based on how many enemies or allies combined there are on your screen. I have noticed that it does seem to build faster sometimes when there are lots of enemies on the screen, and sometimes it just seems to be about the same, but the distance is extremely noticeable. The further you get from the target, the longer it's going to take. Sometimes it can take like 30 seconds if you're really, really far away. So you don't want to be so far away when you do this, otherwise you're going to do nothing for a very long time if you can even pull it off. And there are several things you can do with this skill at this point, and that gives you a lot of agency when playing Scholar. And a big part of playing Scholar is using this skill effectively, knowing when and what to do. But predominantly, you're going to do either A, you're going to debuff the enemy, or B, you're going to buff yourself and your allies. So if you decide to debuff enemies, you're going to be pressing L2, and if you press L2 immediately when this character skill comes up, you will debuff enemies for a weaker damage reduction. This means that they will do less damage to allies.
Okay, this is...
effectively knowing when and what to do away when you do this, otherwise you're going to be standing there doing. So you don't want to be so far away when you do take like 30 seconds if you're really, really far away.
Okay.
You don't want to be so far away when you do this, otherwise you're going to be standing there doing nothing for a very long time if you can even pull it off. And there are several things you can do with this skill at this point, and that gives you a lot of agency when playing Scholar. And a big part of playing Scholar is using this skill effectively, knowing when and what to do. But predominantly, you're going to do either A, you're going to debuff the enemy, or B, you're going to buff yourself and your allies.
Okay.
So if you decide to debuff enemies, you're going to be pressing L2, and if you press L2 immediately when this character skill comes up, you will debuff enemies for a weaker damage reduction. This means that they will do less damage to allies for about 20 or 30 seconds, but not as much as if you let it get to tier 2, which is over 50% of the dial buildup. If you do that, it will do even more damage reduction. It's about double the effect of tier 1 in my estimation.
Okay.
And this will prevent your allies even further from taking damage. And if you let the dial fill all the way, then you will not only get the damage reduction from tier 2, but you will also make it so that the next hit those enemies take, if the dial is full on all of them, it's only full on one, it will only apply to that one. It will make it so that the damage that enemy takes will be 50% more on the next hit they take.
Okay.
Now, on paper, that sounds really, really strong, but in practice, a lot of times, you know, your allies are going ham on the enemies. They don't notice this is happening, and they just hit with like a regular R1 attack, and it's not nearly as much damage as it could be. It's still nice to have, but realistically, getting that tier 2 damage debuff is far more important than getting the extra damage on a hit most of the time. So when you're debuffing enemies, if you don't have a lot of time, consider just getting it to 50% on, you know, if there are multiple ones on them, and then
I see.
rather than, you know, going the full way on
They do
top.
less damage.
If you
Okay.
plan on buffing yourself or buffing yourself and your allies instead of debuffing the enemy, you're going to press R2 at some point instead of L2. And what this does for you is if you use it quickly below 50% of the dial on the enemy, you'll gain max stamina. And if you wait for it to be over 50%, you'll gain even more max stamina. And if you wait for the dial to be completely full, you'll actually put a small shield around you that lasts about a second after you do it.
Okay.
If an enemy strikes you during
Sabby!
the hard part is
Sabby, yes, please tell me some fucked up shit. Sabby, what's going on? Please vent. How are you doing, Sabby? It's very good to see you. Why the fuck is Sabby here? She just pops. I don't know. She just pops in. She just spawns in sometimes. Sabby, how are you? We missed you. I'm still drinking. Sabby, go. Vent. Found a wallet in the hallway outside your apartment. Damn. Yeah. Well, yeah. Agreed. So I knocked around the doors to find out. That is super kind of you. Super kind of you, Sabby. And then she was like, oh, there's 800 missing? And they accused you of stealing it? Bitch! No! Bro, that's crazy. Oh, but I still would, like, if there was $800 in there, I still would have took it. But no, I wouldn't have took it. I would hope they gave me a little something when I returned it. But they most likely wouldn't have. Oh, obviously. Yeah, or like an ID or anything, yeah. Yeah, fuck it. Thank you, we know you wouldn't have done that. Thank you probably would have done that. No, yeah, Sabby, this is like... This fucking sucks. No way. No way. Why aren't you gonna stay around, Sabby? We miss you. I know I'm not playing Tekken all the time. You don't want to babysit me? This fucking bitch. This fucking... Get the fuck out of here, Sabby. No one even wants you here. We don't even want you here anymore. Danky is playing Tekken. That is kind of crazy. Sabby, no! Stop! God damn it. You know we miss you. You're a fucking... We're never gonna see her again. She's gonna be gone for the next year. We're not gonna see her until 2027.
Pressure. So
Crazy.
you have to wait for an enemy to attack.
Crazy.
You know that they're coming at you.
You're all too young for me. I don't have patience. Sabby... Sabby, what are you? I think Sabby is literally my age, if not like 2 years older.
This ahead of time, and it can be kind of difficult to use, but it's very
Meh.
highly recommend getting
Meh.
using that parry.
Oh no, Sabby's 30. She's too old for us.
If you have an enemy in front of you and it can be kind of
Alright, Sabby, you know what, Sabby? Go do taxes or something. Go do your taxes. Miss Adult, I'm too big for this. Yeah.
it's very, very strong.
You know what, go do an IT form or whatever you fucking call it. This remind me more of teenagers. When who's together? What? Me and Danky? See, Danky, she's shaming you, not me. It's always been about you, Danky. You know what, Sabby? Eat my ass with it's facing you. I want to learn Scholar, but actually Scholar kind of looks... Wait a minute, he has a parry? Little bitch boys. I didn't know. He's literally playing Tekken because of you. I'm about to remove your mod. I'm about to remove your mod privileges, Savvy. You're getting too comfortable. You don't even show up here anymore. Do you think I like you? Do you think I like you? No, I'm kidding. All in your feelings. This is abuse, Sabby. This is abuse. Agreed. You know what? She's just scared, Danky. She knows you're gonna beat her. What a band, Sabby. You almost have to wait for an enemy to attack you. You know that they're coming at you and prep this ahead of time, and it can be kind of difficult to use. But it's very, very strong. Highly recommend getting in the habit of using that parry, call the parry, for lack of a better word, when you need it. Now, if you have an enemy in front of you, y'all thought I was kidding. Anyway. And look at that. And look at that. She doesn't even get her last chat in. Oh no, 600 seconds. She's banned for 10 minutes. That's so... I didn't mean for that to be... that long. That was a very long time. That was a very long time. There we go. We removed the timeout. We're good. I thought she was just joking, but apparently she's just being rude. No, Sabby's always joking. No, that's a lie. Sabby's just always being rude. Take it personally, Danky. Take it personally. Okay, I keep missing this whole parry thing that we're talking about. You guys are making me miss my Scholar info. Yo, why Scholar gotta be like the most complicated fucking character ever? If you have an enemy in front of you and an ally in front of you on the screen, and you go to buff yourself with R2, you'll actually buff your ally simultaneously. But in this case, they won't get max stamina, they'll actually get damage resistance. And there are two tiers of this, just like the other thing. So damage resistance. If you want to give them more damage resistance, you would wait for the circle to be above 50% filled before using it. And if you're in a hurry, you can do it for lesser at tier 1. But ideally, you'd be at least tier 2 or higher. And keep in mind, if you hover over an ally with a reticle, but there's no enemy in front of you, you're only going to be able to get tier 1. And sometimes this, you just might want to buff an ally real quick with something. So you can do that in that instance, but you're only going to be able to get to tier 2 if you have that red circle filling on an enemy. Very odd. It sounds like I never want to use the other one. Before we move on to the ultimate art. If you are mid-analysis on enemies and you decide to dodge an attack because it's coming straight at you and you don't want to get hit, it will actually kind of save the progress that you have on the enemies, but it will start slowly draining. So you won't start from 0 if you pop it back up immediately, but you will lose some progress. So in an ideal world, if you could just dodge a couple attacks and then get... What about the parry? Do it, where if an enemy strikes you during that period, it'll actually knock less. And if you wait for the dial to be completely full, you'll actually put a small shield around you that lasts about a second after you do it. Where if an enemy strikes you during that period, it'll actually knock them backwards and deal damage, which is very, very strong. That's cool. That's... To time this properly when you're under pressure. So you almost have to wait for an enemy to attack you. Know that they're coming at you and prep this ahead of time. And it can be kind of difficult to use, but it's very, very strong. I see. Habit of using that parry, we'll call it a parry, for lack of a better word, when you need it. And you go to... That's so cool. You'll actually buff your ally simultaneously, but in this case, they won't get max stamina. They'll get damage resistance. Okay.
with something. So you can do that in that instance, but you're only going to be able to get to tier 2 if you have that red circle filling.
Okay.
Attacks and then get back into analysis quickly. So kind of save the progress that you have on the
Okay, this is a cool character. I like it.
So you won't start from 0 if you pop it back up immediately, but you will lose some progress. So in an ideal world, if you could just dodge a couple attacks and then get back into analysis quickly, you should be able to finish it more quickly than if you just started from scratch again 5-6 seconds later. So make sure that you do that. There is a relic that I believe slows the rate at which that drains if you interrupt that action, so that when you restart it again, you don't have to go as much. I haven't noticed it to be super effective though. Additionally, there's a very, very strong relic that also makes it so Analyze will not only give damage reduction to your allies when you use it on them, but it will also give them attack power increase. This is really, really strong. I consider it probably a must-have relic on any serious scholar, because buffing, consider it probably a must-have, also give them attack. Analyze will not only give damage reduction to your allies when you use it on them, but it will also give them attack power increase. This is really, really strong. I consider it probably a must-have relic on any serious scholar, because buffing your team for damage reduction and attack power simultaneously over and over can be really huge for your team. Okay, moving on to Communion, which is the ultimate art of Scholar, and what this does is it links you and all enemies and your allies together, and it has a really, really big range when you use it. It takes a very
so we're all linked together.
But it's totally worth it. And what this does is it makes it so damaging enemies will heal teammates and yourself, and also damage other enemies simultaneously. And this is a great way to take down big groups of enemies, like an encampment or some other point of interest where there are lots of enemies and a boss. You can just start wailing on everything, and then suddenly everything's dead, and you're healing yourself simultaneously and your allies, which is good.
Oh, wow.
Shared across the group, so if you heal, your allies will also get healed, or if they heal, you'll get healed. And note that also, if you drink a flask while you have missing health, if you're at full health, this doesn't work. But if you're missing health and you drink a flask while this is active, you'll actually deal damage to enemies as well. So it's very, very effective at wiping out.
What?
Active, you'll actually deal damage to health. This doesn't
Flasks deal damage?
If you drink a flask while this is active, you'll actually deal damage. Full health, this doesn't work. And note that also, if you drink a flask while you have missing health, if you're at full health, this doesn't work. But if you're missing health and you drink a flask while this is active, you'll actually
That's so crazy.
As well. So it's very, very effective at wiping out groups of enemies. And there's a great relic in this game that makes it so this ultimate deals damage over time as well. It's really strong in my opinion. It helps wipe out packs of enemies even faster. Almost a must-have. Not completely a must for Scholar, but I think it's probably almost a must. And this damage also heals you and your group at the same time as well, which is really, really strong. And if you have a relic that makes it so when you defeat enemies, you gain ultimate arcane, just like 5% per enemy defeated, works really well with this ultimate. As you cast it, it starts charging again, and then you defeat all these enemies, and you're like 2/3 or half the way back up to full again. So you can use this to wipe out encampments really easily, particularly if you have that relic. If you're playing a single boss fights, which the DLC has some bosses with multiple bosses that works better on, but if you're playing like a single boss, end of day boss, Night Lord, etc., this is not as useful as it is in multiple enemy fights. It's not going to be as big of a shining star in those instances. It's much better at making your day 1 and day 2 runs go faster, so you get more XP, you get more loot, and you're boss, aka better prepared. So that's what you really gain from this ultimate. But when you use it in assault,
and then let's just look up best weapons.
And there's some great thrusting swords in the game, but I would just say that status effects are more important than thrusting swords because of the high arcane of the Scholar. Because again, you can trigger some statuses in like 1 or 2 swings depending on the weapon that you have. So even though thrusting swords I would recommend getting, I wouldn't prioritize it over something with a status effect. It's like status effect, thrusting sword, and in an ideal world, you'd have a thrusting sword with status effects. Some great weapons for Scholar are the Anspur Rapier. This is like such a staple. If you can get one with poison on it, you can put both on simultaneously, or bleed or cold. Duo status effects. Okay. I think I learned the Scholar pretty well, guys. I think we can finally get into the game. Sorry it took so long. We're gonna start doing his quests. But I feel like his quests have to do with the DLC, so I feel like they're not gonna be easy. In fact, I have a bad feeling about them. Okay. Journal to distant crossing the storm tossies.
be found here in this land, I'm certain. Okay, so do we have any personal objectives? I don't see one. My ancestors, according to my documents, there's an academy which usually... I see. Oh, let's get our music up. It's a bit quiet, don't you guys think? Scholar Remembrance Quest. There we go. Unlock the Scholar. Complete expeditions as Scholar until you reach chapter 3. Okay. So let me just fight like let's just fight like a normal boss here. Normal-ish boss. I mean, we could go after the Dreglord. Let's go after the Dreglord. This is gonna be hard. I've never played this character. He seems very unique. I don't know how the hell he plays. I don't know how the new map works. Let me test this parry though. Damn. There it was. Can't be holding it. That is nice. All I get is max stamina from that though, but it buffs my teammates. Okay, I like him. He's cool. Everyone's on him. God, this team sucks. This team is gonna suck. We got 2 scholars. We got 2 scholars, dude. Why? Why? This is... Ah, this is what I get for running solo. Fuck. We should have just done triple scholar. We should have just done triple scholar. But like, no, that would have been so bad. That would have been even worse. Oh, we could have done so good. Not saying down here, but we can go there. Hey, we already have a fallen enemy. Items, please. Those. Dude, a full starlight shards. Okay. Running the wrong character for that. At least we got an easier map, and these people somewhat know what they're doing. I mean, they have the DLC for Night Rain. I don't think you would get the DLC for Night Rain if you don't know what you're doing. Alright, I'm playing solo now. Excuse me, guys. Guys have anything up here for me? There we go. This is a classic. This is like the classic Dark Souls boss. Except they threw a dog in there to fuck everything up. No. Thank God. That would have killed me. I don't even know what to do with this. I'm already out of Estus. I think I'm gonna... Nah, I'm gonna attempt to solo it. I just gotta play correctly. It's gonna be hard though. Yeah. Okay, now I'm gonna take the tree to the church. I'm gonna take that to right here. I got a Knight's Cavalry here. I mean, he has some health. I don't think I can beat him. Yeah, pretty much one-shots me. Not ready. At least did a few levels. Holy shit, he just scared the shit out of me. I meant to take that tree, didn't I? Oh God. He's stuck. Yeah, this is why we're soloing it. Okay, so I'm gonna head... Oh, someone's already there. I'm not the only one. Okay, so that's just that camp. I'm actually gonna disembark. Because this is an easy camp. I could beat this first try. That's one. Okay. Now we need this one. That's two. Where's that last one? There she is. Let's get over to that last one. No, I can't. Got it. All right. Okay, and then I'm gonna head towards green. Forked greatsword. I think eruption's better. But forked greatsword have bleed. Where's the grace? Where's that goddamn grace? Hello, City Grace. Hello, City Grace. I don't know. Whatever. Fuck. I am a bit behind. I'm still level 1. I do got runes. I cleared a camp. And I see a Site of Grace, so I can level up. I should have got those enemies. Okay, good. Level 4. I'm gonna go for that church next. Whoa. No, that church is not it. Now I'm gonna go for that blood camp, now that I got the levels. And I'll just use my super jumps. Super jump number 1. Super jump number 2. Okay. Get right up to that camp. And now we have the equipment to kick their fucking ass. Okay. There we go. Right through here. Stupid dog. Here's my rooms. You have my runes? Dummy. Okay. Lovely. Yep, just did that by myself, no problem. Bloody slash. Get that there. Still can't level up. Close. Now we got our dual great swords again. Whoa, wait. Okay, let's get out of here, boys. Nothing over here for us. Okay, I'm going into the cave. Cave. All right. No fall damage is so lovely. Hopefully that kills something. There we go. Wait a minute. Wrong cave. I want this cave. There we go. How's it going, guys? Oh, jeez. Yeah, don't mind me. Okay. You guys are fine. I'm just going to the boss. Where is the boss is the question. Oh, here he is. What you doing, man? Come down. Come down where all the fun's happening. You were a little late there, bud. Wait, what are you doing down there? Stop that. Oh, I missed. Okay. I do like that. Oh, that's not for me though. I thought I was Scholar. Let's get rid of those. Need to get there, so that's that way. Let's see what I can do along the way. Do have alright weapons. This is going pretty damn well. I mean, level 5 is not enough, but it works. Details. I think I can clear this church in time. I bet I can. I bet I can. I bet I can. Yeah, it's just Fire Monk. What's that pillar? Easy. ChandTheMan take the left hand blade. I do like that. I'd rather have that though. What do we got in here? Protection, where's the fire fortification? Improved melee attack power. I like that. Melee attack power is good. Where am I going? I need to find the tree. Tree. Lovely. Oh, this map is just too easy. Am I right next to a church too? Root bears. Damn. 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 Oh, he's just smacking me apart. So I smack him apart. Alright. Good job, guys. Good job. I don't know what comes after a room bear. Man, if only we had sleep. Oh, he keeps going. Holy hell. shit. Oh, jeez, man. Holy hell. Woo, that would have killed. That's crazy. I was inside the bear. I have seen things people cannot even imagine. Oh god. Okay. That was super valid. This is getting bad. Yup. Oh, I hate to say it, guys, but I do think I am gonna end stream. Oh, I'm already so tired. It's only 1. I think I'm gonna make myself some food, watch some TV, and go to bed. Then get us out of the stream. Oh. Damn, yeah. Not too much I want to do. How is this guy? What's 25? Enemies felled, I see. Great enemies felled. 4. That, it doesn't show that. Treasure found. How many flasks you had? And then I don't know what that last one is. Oh, I think we are gonna head off. Man, I'm just so beat. Didn't take any vitamins, didn't really do anything to expel energy today. Oh. I do want to thank you guys for tuning in. What is that? The real key. Ooh. The real key. I've seen you before, but I don't recognize your name. Good to see you, man. I'm sorry that you're coming in just right at the end stream. But anyway, guys, I do gotta head off. I appreciate you guys so much.